Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the season finale of Chai and Chill. You believe it, third season. Joining us today is the author and founder of Lapsus Creations, Saurabh Sharma. Thank you so much for being on Chai and Chill.
Thank you.
And the other thing that is joining me is the Secret Santa gift that I got last year, my beautiful cup. What? You just stole that from the kitchen, no? First thing, dikha. I'm going to take this.
Uh, I was saving that for my cup story, man. I had a very genuine, spin off around it that people will not notice on the fact that I don't have a cup for chai and chai, basically. But you just ruined it. Opening scene, mein.
I still remember though. This has been a long overdue Chai and Chill. I have been talking to you about doing Chai and Chill since I think the first time you found out that I have a show called Chai and Chill. And we kept delaying it. And you kept telling me that I keep changing the cup that I want to show. And unfortunately, the final time when you're both free is a time when neither of us has access to good cups. So, jumping back into what we were discussing, Lapsus Creations. So, what inspired you to start such a venture?
My own experiences, I suppose, because to open up a publication house, what other than an experience of an author? So back in 2014, that was the first time I jumped over the internet as a writer as well. Before that, I was not working over the internet basically, and then had a plan in my mind about a book. I started writing it as well, and luckily around that time itself came the Delhi Book Fest as well, the international book fest that happens in Delhi as well. So everything kind of falls in place in between 2014 to 2015 time period, and that's the first time I went to talk to different publishers, and then a lot of things started hitting my head, like this is missing, that is missing, why this, why that. There were so many gray areas, there were so many not transparent things. So when I get back from 2015 to 2016, then the time period started when I started interacting with a lot of other writers as well, and I realized that this was not only my issue, this was the same issue faced by everybody, but then again the same thing to option cat. So I was like, कि either I can sit back and crib and just say कि option can just go with whatever I'm getting from the market, or I can just say, all right, then let's create an option. So that's what I chose. All right, let's create an option. And we so different plans, different things, this and that kept on happening. And by 2018, we finally launched it out.
Nice. So, and is this option that you created for the world, was it a solo venture or did you have a team in place already when you started?
When I started, yeah, because Lepsus Next basically was started before Lepsus Creations. So, and we were already doing quite few stuff in the art world, and we already were connected with a lot of writers because I started a page where I would feature the writers because I wanted to make a network first before announcing anything. So we were already in that network. We were already doing a lot of things, and I already had a team that was running Lepsus Next, me and my best friend, and then the person I was dating at that time. So we all joined in together because we all were artists and writers ourselves as well. So we had this in the back of mind कि हाँ Lepsus Creations पे काम चल रहा है. We will launch it. So firstly we launched it under the banner of Lepsus Next only. And then when we were like कि नहीं भाई audience response है, हमारा network काम करेगा, we can put it out full fledged. So that's how we just launched Lepsus Creations with the same thing to start off with. And then the new people joined in. Simran joined in back then, Anamika joined in, and we became a sort of a team. Me, Simran, Manish, Anamika, and this became quite a happy family back then. That's how it got just started up.
So, this started in 2018. So, from 2018 to 2021, are there any landmarks that happened that you're really proud of?
Oh, a lot of happy landmarks that I'm really proud of. The first one was when we launched. Okay, this is a very interesting story. I have not said this on internet anywhere, but so the first time we launched, somebody from the publication industry, one of the top publishers, stole our concept as it is. We jumped in with a new concept because to solve the problems that we felt authors are having, and they stole the whole marketing plan, our you can say design, our whole idea as it is, and the team got a little scared, but I was happy. I'm like, that's the best omen that you can see, is that people are noticing you from the start itself. So for me it was like, they are noticing us, that's it, we're not going to fight in between the small fishes, let's fight head to head with the shark itself. So that was the first benchmark that crossed very initial launch pay. And then I guess every book was a benchmark itself. We learned a lot of things from every book, and a lot of authors know this thing. कई बार I have no shame in saying this. कई बार Amazon का कोई नया फीचर हमें किसी ऑथर के साथ डिस्कशन करने पे एंड देन दे आर लाइक नहीं ऐसा करके देखो वैसा करके देखो, पर ऐसा होगा कहीं ना कहीं तो होगा, एंड वी ट्राई एंड देन वी फाइंड आउट और समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो बहुत सी ऐसी चीजें इधर उधर की भी पता लग जाती है. So every book has been a whole new story in itself. Every book has been a landmark in itself, totally.
And
But reaching out to traditional publishing was, I guess, suppose the biggest landmark, which we just touched
just
a couple of
yeah.
months back with your book. Rashi Ghoshal Will Find a Prince Charming was our first traditional publishing book. So that was the biggest target that we had in our mind. In the first 5 years, we had made this plan that we want to announce as traditional publishers. So that's done.
Oh, along with landmarks, there's also obstacles. Was there, besides the one that you just mentioned, where the big shark stole all the ideas, but you have no way to prove it because idea hai bhai, kisi ko bhi aa sakti hai. What about obstacles? Was there any obstacles that you faced while, because it's a new venture, it's a new market, it's a very competitive market as well?
Obviously, so the first thing was that we do not work on investors. We make a model of by ourselves on bootstrapping that work out. So fund was definitely a little bit of an issue because we all were young. None of us was that experience that would manage fund very practically. And again, like saying no shame that we have mismanaged a lot of funds as well. But those all were the learning lessons, and that we realized कि गलतियां करके ही सीखेंगे कहीं ना कहीं. And I said every book was a story in itself. We realized some things from one book, we realized something from the other book. Yeah. So every time with every book, we kept correcting our small mistakes that we had. And the one good thing that was the transparency. Like even if some mistakes were happening, the publisher and the author were completely transparent with each other. कि क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, क्यों डिले हो रहा है, ऐसे झूठे बहाने नहीं बनाए जा रहे हैं कि डिले हो रहा है क्योंकि कुछ और ही हो गया है. Nothing like that. And then obviously, I guess the lockdown was the biggest obstacle somewhere because you can't publish books, printers closed, you can't deliver books because it does not comes in the essentials as well. You are stuck to the ebooks. Then we had to pivot. We had to put it out key. We'll start making more ebooks for this time period when the lockdown is working. So yeah, such obstacles came out through every book somewhere. We kept on making mistakes. We kept on learning.
Okay, now coming to you, Aliki, how do you balance being a publisher and being an author?
Don't review and edit your own book. Simple as that. Put an idea, write it down, and send it to the team, and make sure that this is again the transparency thing scenario. It's not that I am the founder, so मेरी book को कुछ अलग privilege मिल जाएगा. Nothing as such. If it's bad, it's bad. I have been told that this content is bad, this chapter is shit, that book does not feel like it. I have been told that by my own team clearly, and I've worked on that as well. So just do not review and edit your own book. That's it.
Also the deadlines. I don't think that just because you're a publisher, you get exempt from deadlines.
Oh yeah. Deadlines are must. If you receive them, if you set it them. So it's a similar way, like you put a date goal for your landmarks and deadlines for your book. So I guess for me, being an author and a publisher, the both coincides a little bit. The deadlines that publisher gives me are my goal landmarks as an author. So that's just coincide a little bit. So it becomes a little easier for me.
Okay. Oh, now about Lapses Patience, is there one particular thing about Lapses that makes it stand out from other similar ventures? Because there are a lot of publication houses and they have mushroomed like anything over the last few years. What is unique about Lapses?
So two things that we stand out for. The first one is obviously that we are a network of writers ourselves. It's an ecosystem that we have created by the authors. So we know each and every nerve. Will not deliver anything that we feel will not work for an author. So we know what a new author coming into the market would demand because we wanted the same thing and we found it nowhere. So we provide that. So it's an emotion that we understand always. It's not just a corporate deal happening. It's a very personal environment happening around Lapses Stations. And the second one is because of this whole scene, the guidance one as well. Because I feel just not the lack of transparency, but a lack of education as well in terms of publishing, the rules of publishing, how to publishing, different self and traditional. So a lot of things that people do not realize, and a lot of people have ideas, but somewhere fall short while executing it. So that guidance service that we have for the authors, so it really like highlight them that how they can proceed with their book and later on process as well, that I somehow found that nobody else is providing.
So, the thing about heading such a unique venture is you also have your drawbacks, and you have things that you bring to the table, but there is also a drawback. Like, what do you do when five different authors have signed up to get the author support?
Yeah.
Mentioned that lockdown made there was a little bit of problem. All publishers did suffer during the lockdown because printers were closed. You couldn't get books delivered because Amazon was only delivering food, and books are unfortunately not considered essential. Is there anything that Lapsus did to ensure that, like, for the bookish people, normalcy would be maintained as much as possible?
Yeah, so the first thing was that you have to accept the reality. I saw around that a lot of people believing ठीक है 7 दिन में हट जाएगा 14 दिन में हट जाएगा जब हट जाएगा तब देखेंगे. We realized that this is not a temporary thing. This is something temporary, as in that this is something that's gonna stay for at least
Yeah.
6 months to 1 year. We were very quick to realize that, and then we were like, what next? So forget about printing, forget about delivering books. That's not happening in next 6 to 1 year. So what next? So it's like ebooks. So we pivoted towards the ebook, started promoting the ebooks more, starting conveying to the writers. So a lot of writers that were already done with their books with us. So we convinced them that release your ebook first. It will not hurt your market. Then whenever the paperback comes, you can release your paperback as well. Let people read because the content is required to be read. So and communicating to the readers as well that to read the Kindle ebooks, you do not need to own an Kindle. You can read on your mobile, you can read on your laptop as well. So bridging the gap just like that. And yeah, so just the ebooks were a quick solution that we found out and started working on it very quickly. I guess very quickly before a lot of others could, because I saw that a lot were just sitting back and waiting. So we did not want to do that.
And the last thing, like you said, that people, because it was the lockdown and the world went digital, Kushali also became digital, right?
Yeah,
And
because so there was no plan to do it. Very frankly, that was not our idea to went into Khushali Digital. We wanted to keep connecting with the writers, the poets, the storyteller, everybody. So we used to do an open mic on Instagram. That and 1 hour limit hota tha starting mein to. So we used to do it on Instagram. Only 5 to 6 performers ho jate the 1 hour mein. And we started doing it on weekends. Then a lot of people requested that घर पे बैठे बैठे क्या ही करना है, so we started doing it daily as well. And then we also did a whole series of author branding live daily where we would come up and take questions from the authors daily basis pe. So that was going on, and then after I guess 1.5 months, everybody was like, "We're missing Kushali too much. हमें नहीं पता करवाओ." And we're like, "करवाओ को कहाँ करवाए?" So that we thought, "Okay, all right." I was already had gained some experience in live streaming because I on my personal channel I was doing quite a lot of live streaming, different shows I was running. So I said, "Let's do an e-Kushali which would be streamed live over YouTube." So we did that. Then did 5-6 episodes of that on public demand for people only. And then a lot of people were happier as well because somebody was joining from Kuwait, somebody was joining from Ahmedabad, someone from Assam, someone from Kerala. So they were like, it's quite better कि हम सब join कर सकते हैं. We don't have to wait for Khushali to reach at our place. I'm like, okay, yeah, all goes to you.
that is a good thing about digital. Like, anybody can join from anywhere in the world. You are not limited to. The good thing about digital is you can join from anywhere in the world. The bad thing about digital is, especially for the performers, they don't get the claps and everything on time, and so they don't get that encouragement to keep going. Which is, if you are performing for a live audio, you feed off the energy of the audience. Like, okay, everything has its ups and downs.
Exactly. I pros and cons obviously, but yeah, एक वो vibe तो miss होती है. You know, like आप एक live reaction पता लग जाता है, and especially for people who love to communicate as well. I mean, it's very tough doing it out on online, but then also the biggest advantage that you can reach more places online at similar time rather than offline, because offline में बहुत restricted सा हो जाता है. Forget about different states, लोग तो एक ही city में different जगह से नहीं आते, नहीं यहाँ travel करने में 1 घंटा लगेगा. So that happens. So pros and cons दोनों जगहों के.
Can you believe it? We actually finished all the questions I had for you. Thank you so much for joining me, Saurabh.
And I would love to mention it that I was scheduled as a guest on season 1, and I feel very fortunate that finally by the end of season 3, I have featured in it. And it's not a complaint, but it shows that how many people want to feature on this show, and how many people would definitely be waiting for season 4, and when they can get scheduled for the interviews for sure. So thank you for having me.
Oh, like I keep saying that I just don't know that many amazing men. That's a complaint that I hear a lot, that you only interview women. It's because I don't know enough men. If I did, I would be interviewing them too. And thank you so much for watching. And please keep watching such amazing human beings and hearing all their stories. Please subscribe.